Well, I got an email the other day from the marina staff up here, and apparently there's a new kind of compliance officer in charge. And she said, you've got some stuff on the dock that you can't have on the dock, namely a red kayak and a blue dock box and a piece of wood and whatever. And so I emailed her back and I said, I'm out of town, but I will get rid of what I can. But I said, that kayak's not mine. It never has been. It's kind of this old beat up kayak all covered with barnacles that's been slowly working its way down the dock. Everybody kind of keeps pushing it along to the next person. And so she said she would move that away for me. So they did that. And I've been out there and gone through the blue dock box and transferred everything over to the white one that is provided by the slip. Now, in doing so, I had found the original chain that was hooked to the anchor, and I just laid it all out on the dock, and it's 100 feet long. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that up. I just got back from the store, and I bought a new, better swivel for the anchor, because the one I have is kind of like two D-rings hooked together, and they can just unscrew. I don't know how to, get them to stay locked up forever. So anyway, I'm going to run that new chain up through the windlass, make sure it works okay through there, but I'm sure it will. I'm pretty sure it will. And I'm going to splice it into the new run of 5/8 inch rope that I've had in there that's already hooked down inside of the boat, and I just need to splice it into the end of the chain. So I bought a splicer, and I'm going to have to learn how to splice. I don't think it's that big a deal. But anyway, so I will have 100 feet of chain, and I think it was 100 feet. It might have been 150 feet. Anyway, I'll let you know for sure, because I bought a can of red spray paint. So what I'm going to do, it has been painted already every 25 feet. I'm going to repaint the 25-foot marks because they're pretty old. And now what I think I'll do is I'll put, there's a block about a foot long that's painted red. I'll repaint that, and then I'll come up a few inches and I'll put a single, 2 or 3 inch wide ring for every 25 feet. So the first one will have one ring, the second one will have two, etc. So that way, as we're playing it out, we can just count those extra rings and know how much chain we have out there. The windlass that I put in does have the ability to put a chain counter on it, and I will probably do that at some point, but for right now, I think this will work. I'll splice it into the new rope, which I think I'll measure that out as well, but I think I've got at least 150, 200 feet of that rope. So I should have good anchor run of all heavy-duty stuff, and I feel pretty good about it. So I'll get working on that. I, again, have the Countertop guys coming tomorrow. I just spoke to the mattress guys. They're going to come out on Friday and pick the mattress up. And then I'm bugging out to go to Montana. So that'll work out good. And by the time I get back, they should have it fixed. I don't know what they're going to do, but they'll have it fixed. So things are moving along. I have been down and collected my carburetor. Haven't opened it yet, but that's what this is. And interestingly enough, while I was walking down there, I was curious to see what had happened with the seals. And the last time I showed you the seals, they had taken over 2 of the finger piers on the fuel dock. And the pier, by the time you get out to the end of it with all those seals on there, it's sloped way down towards the water. There's now 3 of them that are completely full, and the seals are fighting and jumping up from the other side. And so I don't know how, if you are in the guest moorage, how you'd walk past them there, because they're kind of coming up from both sides of the main walkway. So it's seal pandemonium over there. But anyway, things are moving along. I'm going to mess with the anchor stuff first so that I can finish up the dock boxes. And then I think what I'll do is I'll email that gal again and go, look, I don't have any way to get rid of that dock box, and see if maybe I can get the marina staff to come haul that thing off and do something with it. But then I'll just continue on. So there we go. All right, today's the day. It's our countertop day, I believe. And the guys have not really given me any idea when to expect them. So I figure I better be prepared for the call any minute to say, hey, we're here at the marina. It's just coming up on 8 o'clock. I'm going to get the water shut off and the sink pulled out. I'll get the cooktop taken out. that'll be easy. And then the last thing is I'm working on emptying the coffee pot so that I can get that moved out of the way. So let's do it. Let's get this place ready for them. All right, well, I'm currently kind of in a holding pattern waiting for the guys to show up to do the countertops, but they're supposed to be here in about an hour, looks like. While I'm waiting, I've been working on this anchor chain again, and I've spliced my rope to my anchor chain. Now I'm going to spin you around and show you what I've done here. So this is my first splice ever of rope to chain, and of course I had to watch a YouTube video or two, but it's pretty simple, and so I think it looks all right. I am going to, I pulled it around and brought it in the side door over here so I could sit inside and watch the video while I was doing it. So now I've got that sorted. I'm going to go out and run it back up into the chain locker and pull the anchor back up and tie everything off, and I think we've got the anchor pretty much resolved for now. All right, well, I'm just trying to kind of keep myself busy while I'm hanging out here waiting for the countertop guys to do their thing or get here so they can do their thing. I did walk up and get me a cup of coffee and a breakfast sandwich from the little Jibe cafe up there because I can't really cook anything right now in the kitchen, in the galley. But they're supposed to be here between like 11 and 1. It's 20 after 11 right now, so hopefully we're any time now going to get a call from them. And in the meantime, I did get my carburetor, and so this is the carb for the outboard on the dinghy. So I'm going to go drop that dinghy back down in the water, and we're going to see if we can't get that carburetor put on while we're waiting for those guys, and maybe we can get that thing running today. right, well, we got our countertops done. So this is what everything looks like at this point. So today's plan is to measure out our areas here that need the backsplash. So basically all the way around. And go to the tile store and see about finding some. They did a pretty good job here. Kind of doubled up a piece of the countertop for this little compartment here. It's a little heavy, but that's good. It won't fly out of there. But anyway, I think it turned out pretty darn nice. So one last chunk to finish her up, and this galley will be pretty much completed. Hey, it's Friday morning, and I'm again find myself in a bit of a holding pattern. I'm waiting for the mattress company that made me my custom mattress for the bed down there to come and pick it up, because I screwed it up. It was supposed to have rounded corners. That's why I had to get a kind of a custom mattress built. And oh, there goes 5-star going out. That's a good looking boat. It's blue on the bottom, light blue. You might have seen it back there. Anyway, I digress, which I love this spot here because I get to see all the boats going in and out. But anyway, the mattress is wrong. They're going to come pick it up today and fix it, and then they'll bring it back when I come back. So after they're done, I've got to head to Montana. But we got a lot done this time around. So countertops are all in. I have picked up just some stick-on tile for the backsplash, so I don't have to mix grout and mortar and all that stuff up here. So I'm not going to get that done today, but I will get that done. So the galley's getting pretty close to being done. We got the outboard fixed, so it's running great now. I showed you that. And I got that dock box situation kind of cleaned up. I've still got to email the gal that alerted me about me being out of compliance and see if they'll haul off that dock box, because I don't really have any way to get rid of that thing. But in doing that, I did get that 100 feet of chain replaced with my little 20-foot chunk is now 100 feet long. It's painted up so that I can tell how much I've run out. I did about a foot-long section of red paint, and then above that a little bit I did one stripe at 25 feet and two stripes at 50 feet, and so etc. And then that's hooked to 200 feet of rope, and I spliced those together. Now, I think I might have mentioned it when I was talking about the splice. I was watching some further videos on splicing chain to rope, rode, you're supposed to call it, and I'm not sure I went far enough back down the rope with the splice. So I might redo that. It's not a big deal. I'll just redo it. But other than that, that's pretty much ready to go. So we now got a solid 100 feet of chain, which I'm going to feel much better about, because while we'll still probably have most of that on the ground and some rope in a lot of situations, I think that will keep me from wildly swinging at the end of the rope like I was before. So yeah, we got a lot done this time. The generator, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did get the generator running last time as well. So I really think we're in pretty good shape now. We can start to get out and enjoy the summer a little bit. So for right now, got to wrap this up and just throw some stuff in a bag, so I'm ready to go as soon as the mattress guys get here. And I'll go do my thing over there in Montana. Haven't been back to the folks' place for quite a while now, so that'll be good. But we are having to figure out what we're going to do with that, because they can't live there anymore. And so I think we're going to have to try to make a plan this time around for what we're going to do as a family. So that won't be optimal, but we'll get through it. So next time you see me, hopefully we'll be at the point where we can go boating.